the lesson from that season really was just the importance of, not just wrestling in the off season, but wrestling big in the off season. I was going to Tallahassee, I was going to Pensacola, but I wasn't going to Orlando. I wasn't going to South Carolina. I wasn't going to the Myrtle Beach Nationals. Those things that honestly make state look small. I wasn't doing those things. And, so now the lesson was, all right, I've gotten my strength. Now I've learned the importance of not letting the venue scare you, not letting the stage be too big, and keeping it just as another match. So junior year come in, I was, I think, match away from placing. Uh, just again, another close one, close call with the ref. Uh, and it just yet another life lesson of you can't leave it in the ref's hands, and you got to control the things you can control and not let it get you too worked up. Because I definitely got in my head in the middle of that match of just, oh, it's this call, it's that call, and instead of locking in on just getting that last takedown, I was too flustered. So, each year I really felt came with a lesson, and then senior year I was riding real high, wrestling real well. Get to the finals at regionals, I get, in my opinion, illegally slammed by a team I used to have a lot of contempt for, but have since come to respect. Um, and I ended up cracking two of my ribs. Go to the doctor, it tells me, it's going to hurt like hell, but you could wrestle if you really wanted to. It was a pain tolerance kind of thing. And I was like, well, I'm wrestling at state. And so I get down there and I just drop that first match. Kid rides a lot of tight waist. It was a lot of, it was just draining me. And you gotta march back, man. And I know you've known a lot of dudes that have lost that first one and had to climb back to place. It's a long, grueling thing, especially as a senior. It's your last chance to do anything, and you have to win, and you have to win, and every match is elimination, and every kid wants it. And honestly, it wasn't just me. I was bawling my eyes out. They took me in that trainer's room. I was bawling, that chance of ever being a state champ's gone. I didn't do it the previous years and lose that first match as a senior. And I just, I knew I could beat the kid that ended up winning and all this stuff. And I remember, Skip coming back there, and my mom honestly was the one that looked at me and said, "Stop crying." And she said, she was the hard one. She's like, "You can cry later. You got more matches to win, and you're gonna regret it more if you just give up at this point." And I was like, she's right. I wanted to be Skip's first state champ at Arnold and all this stuff, but it was in the rearview mirror, and I could worry about it later. And I get to that match in order to place, and I wrestled Cliff Barker. Dude had to be 5-0, all of 145, most yoked up little dude. Uh, and we had a ridiculous match, and it gets sent into overtime, and I'm doped up on every Tylenol you could have given me at that point. My head's fuzzy, all this stuff, and I just go to that move that I had hit 100,000 times in practice in firemen's. I I don't remember hitting it. I don't remember, the world spun for me, and I couldn't even tell which way was up. All I saw was I looked in the corner and Skip was jumping up and down, and I'm like, I think I won. And I was able to place, and that was a really special moment. And even now, I really look back on it, and I would have loved to have been a state champ. But I try to teach the kids, especially when I get young kids with high expectations that have wrestled a long time, like, look, I want you to be a state champ, but it's really not the end all be all of life. How was your bracket that day? Were you healthy? Did you have a certain call break a certain way? It's so, there's so many factors, like, you not winning the region put you in a different position.